Hi everyone! Today's lesson is the simple past tense. In this lesson, I'm going to focus on the three forms of simple past tense: the affirmative, the negative, and the interrogative form. I'm also going to shed light on the different uses of simple past tense, in addition to the different pronunciation of ed endings. So, how do we construct the affirmative form of simple past tense? It's a piece of cake. Just take a look at the structure. Subjects plus verb, which might be regular or irregular, plus complements. For regular verbs, to form the simple past tense, we simply add an ed morpheme to the verb. Here are some examples. Ahmed watched TV all night. Last year, I traveled to Japan. I washed my car yesterday. Do you know why do we call them irregular verbs? Because they are regulated by a rule. These are the exceptions to the simple past tense with regular verbs. For verbs ending in E, the simple past tense is simply made by adding D. Example, close, closed. For verbs ending in Y preceded by a consonant, the Y is replaced by IED. Example, study, studied. When a verb ends in a single vowel followed by a single consonant, we double the last consonant. For example, stop, stopped. Now we're going to talk about the different sounds of ed endings. The pronunciation of words ending in ed depends on the final consonant sound. There are three ways to pronounce ed at the end of a word in English. It can be pronounced it, t, or d. If the last consonant sound of a word is t or d, the ed will sound id and creates another syllable, just like wanted, needed. If the last consonant sound of a word is voiceless, just like p, f, k, the ed will sound like t, as in helped, looked, sniffed, laughed, washed, watched, kissed, danced, fixed. But if it is voiced like b, d, g, the ed will sound like d, as in called, cleaned, offered, damaged, loved, used, amazed, robbed, claimed. So, how do you know if a sound is voiced or voiceless? If you touch your throat and say the sounds b, d, g, you will feel a vibration in your hand. The vibration in your throat is caused by the vocal cords moving or vibrating. These sounds are called voiced sounds. Now touch your throat and say the sounds p, t, k. Do you feel the vibration in your throat? No, it's not there, right? These sounds are voiceless because they don't vibrate your throat. For words that end in a vowel sound, use the pronunciation for ed. For example, followed, enjoyed, played, tried, continued. Unlike regular verbs, irregular verbs are verbs that change because they do not follow a rule. You must take them by heart. Here are some examples of common irregular verbs. For the verb to be, the simple past tense is as follows. I was, you were, he, she, it was, we, you, they were. For the verbs to have and to do, the simple past tense keeps the same with all personal pronouns. For example, I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they, had, or did. These are some examples of positive sentences using the irregular verbs to be, to have, and to do. We mean by positive sentences the affirmative form of simple past tense. I was in Japan last year. She had a headache yesterday. We did our homework last night. Well, let's move to the uses of simple past tense. Are you ready? Let's get started. We use the simple past tense to express a completed action in the past. Sometimes we specifically mention the time with an adverb or adverbial phrases, like yesterday, 2 weeks ago, last week, year, or holiday, in 1996, etc. Examples: I played basketball last Wednesday. I finished the report 2 weeks ago. to describe a series of completed actions in the past. Example: I finished work, walked to the beach, and found a nice place to swim. To express habits in the past. Example: when I was young, I watched lots of television every day after school. We use this for a general truth about the past. Example: 50 years, people didn't spend as much entertainment as they do today. We sometimes use this with adverbs of frequency to talk about repeated or regular actions that are repeated in the past. Examples: when my son was a baby, he usually cried whenever I had to leave him. My mom frequently babysat my children. It can also be used with a duration, which starts and stops in the past. A duration is a longer action often indicated by expressions such as for 2 years, for 5 minutes, all day, all year, etc. Example: we talked on the phone for 30 minutes. The negative form. Do you know how we construct the negative form? Take a look at the structure. Subject plus did not or didn't plus the bare infinitive of the main verb. Here are some examples. The affirmative form. Adam called me yesterday. The negative form. Adam did not or didn't call me yesterday. The affirmative form. He told me the truth. The negative form. He did not or didn't tell me the truth. The affirmative form. We ate couscous last Friday. The negative form. We did not or didn't eat couscous last Friday. The interrogative form. In the interrogative form, there are two types of questions: yes-no questions and WH questions. Let's start with yes-no questions. Here is the structure. Did plus subject plus bare infinitive of the main verb. Here are some examples of yes-no questions with their short answers. Did you do your homework yesterday? Yes, I did. Did you have dinner last night? No, I didn't. Or did not. Did your sister play a musical instrument when she was a kid? Yes, she did. Did Rida go to the cinema last weekend? No, he didn't or did not. To ask yes-no questions using simple past tense, follow the structure. WH word or question word plus did plus subject plus bare infinitive of the main verb. Here are some examples. Why did you study geography? Because I wanted to travel. When did you graduate from high school? In 2006. That's all for today. Hope you enjoyed this video. Good luck!